Kristin?
How are things?
Things are great.
Yeah. Getting excited for it's the end. Tonight is over. I mean, this has been a big part of your life since you were, 18, 19?
Well, yeah, MTV actually came to my high school when I was 16.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's been a little bit.
So, you know what? I will admit, I don't even have MTV. I'm old, and I don't watch these kind of shows. But I am curious, how did this whole thing come about?
Well, I started on Laguna Beach, and so we literally were just going to high school, and MTV came and did open casting calls. And then from Laguna Beach, The Hills was a spinoff. But I didn't do The Hills. Lauren Conrad did. And then they were asking me to come on it for, 4 years. And I didn't want to. I wanted to take a break. And then finally I said yes to coming back when Lauren left. So now I've been on it for 2 years.
Do you?
And now tonight it's the last episode ever.
And it's done after this. Oh.
Yeah.
Does that make you sad?
It's bittersweet, I mean, I'm really excited to move on and hopefully do bigger and better things. But, I'm going to miss the crew the most. I mean, the cast and the crew become so close that you become a little family, and that's the sad part.
Yeah, I have kind of followed, I guess, should I say, Laguna all the way up through the end today. So, it's kind of something that you've watched and you anticipated every year, and now it's no more. But what's next for you after tonight?
Well, I have 3 different reality shows that I'm working on right now to produce, which I'm really excited about being behind the camera. And I'm just excited to, study acting again and to audition and work on scripts. So yeah, that's where I'm headed. And then I think I'm going to do a shoe line as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this isn't the end of Kristin.
This is the beginning.
No,
Yeah.
it is not.
A bigger and better Kristin is about to come out, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask this just because I'm curious whether you're going to answer it or not. Is it debatable? But how real is reality TV?
Well, what I always tell people is that we only film 3 days a week, and it's only for a few hours a day. So it's almost impossible to capture someone's life in those 3 days.
Right. Now, do you guys feel a lot of pressure from quote-unquote producers and people like that to make things happen, or?
Well, I think that we all have the same mentality that, it's a TV show and we all want to make it good. So let's all do what we can to make it the best that it can be, Yeah, I think I've never had a big issue. Laguna Beach, that was my life, and it kind of messed me up a little bit because MTV came in and kind of messed with our lives. But The Hills, when I decided to go back to The Hills, I looked at it more as my job, and I tried to kind of separate my emotion from, from work, and it's worked out very well that way.
Well, good.
Now, real fast, I watched the last episode with whole Brody, and it's been a long ongoing saga between you guys, but how does that, how do you handle that? And do you try to keep things away from the camera, or is it always on and being like, it is about Brody, and I know you love Brody, obviously, so has it, I don't know, how does it affect you on your daily life?
Wait, so what do you mean?
With Brody, because, in the last episode,
yeah,
and obviously you went to Costa Rica and all that, and in this past episode you said, that you do love Brody, and how does that make you feel, the fact that he's seen somebody else, and on your out, because tonight is where you're making your big decision whether you're staying or making this huge major move somewhere else?
Well, I'm fine.
Yeah?
That's what you're asking. It's hard to answer that question. Again, Brody and I dated 6 years ago. And Brody and I have always been very close. We've remained really good friends. And I do have a love for Brody, but I'm not in love with Brody.
Okay.
I know when there's a camera on me, and I know exactly what I'm doing. So, you have to take that into consideration. I'm not in love with Brody. He has a girlfriend that he's had for a few months now.
All right, so we cleared that up for our listeners.
There we go.
Yes, because that was a big question.
Are there any other insider tips or hints that you can give us about tonight's episode?
I haven't seen tonight's episode, and I actually don't get to see it until it airs, which I'm really upset about.
Wow.
But
didn't you live it though, Kristin?
What's that?
Didn't you live it though?
Well, yes, but I mean, it's hard, you know. They filmed 3 different endings, and the one that I filmed, I was really excited about, and I think it's an awesome ending, but, you know, I don't know which one they're going to use until I actually see it, so.
All right. Well, very, very interesting.
We'll catch you tonight on the Hills, of course, starting at
Right,
10 p.m. Eastern. Can't wait, and it's going to be exciting, and we wish you the best, and thanks for taking the time and spending some time with us and getting a little insight on the Hills.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, I got to get you to hang on a second off the air. I need to get Brody's phone number for some gal that called in and asked. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, trust me, the people who have been calling in for phone numbers is just unreal.
Yeah.
I put mine in for yours, but that apparently was a no. So,
Kristin, thank you so much for taking the time, and keep us informed what you're doing in the future. We'd love to hear from you.
Okay, cool. Thanks, you guys.
thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.